Hello, thank you for joining us. We're glad to know that you are watching. This is the Breakfast Show on TSL Nigeria TV. I am Uzezi Udwefe Ideho.
Welcome. So I was taking a very nice stroll around the streets of Instagram, and I found a post made by Real Messi Aigbe, formerly known as Messilicious, before she left her husband. And she wrote something about women, normalizing using machines to help out at home. She wrote, "Dear women, if you can get a housekeeper, please get one. If you can get a cook, please get one. If you can get a driver, please get one. Always look for easier ways to do things. Your womanhood should not be about suffering. Normalize luxury in your life." Now, this post is actually from a guy named Solomon Bucci, Solomon_Bucci on Twitter. So today, myself, Faithy Mai, and my amazing ladies, good morning.
Good morning.
We'll be talking about growing up as young girls and how the narrative was, you need to learn how to do this. You need to learn how to endure pain, because when you get to your husband's house, you need all the energy you can get. So before we go straight into it, Mrs. Aisha, tell me about growing up as a young girl.
Well, I would say growing up as a young girl was really exciting. It was fantastic because my dad and my mom, so to say, did not make me feel superior, did not make me feel inferior as a girl. So for me and my brothers, we had equal rights because my dad could cook. My dad does chores too. So my brothers, they does chores.
So are you like an only girl?
No, I'm not. We have 6 girls.
Okay.
If I work go reach me self, we don't pass.
But are you the last? Are you the last girl?
No, I'm not the last. I
But
have 2
before you,
after me.
after you.
Yes.
Okay.
So my dad actually taught me how to cook jollof rice. My dad taught me how to, you know what we call packet shirts. Like my dad was a mobile police, so he stashes his uniform, shine his shoes. So he does chores. He knows how to cook. He even taught us how to eat balanced diets. You can't teach just
So when your
stew.
dad was teaching you how to do all of these
Yes.
things, was he teaching you because you need this strength in the future, or because he just wanted you to know it?
No, I actually learned how to cook like when I was even, it was after secondary school, so to say.
Okay.
My brothers, when we go to school, my brothers are actually older. We had boys, then girls. So they could cook too. Like when I go to school and come back, my brother cooks.
Okay.
You understand? So I cannot say I was less like a girl. So my brothers can cook too, and I can cook. So I wasn't getting those energies and being taught because like I was going to my husband's house. But like when I was growing up, the things I know I do, it was just something I picked up. I think it's from inside. I like my environment looking clean. So it's something I do on my own. And my dad appreciates me when I do it. It gives me money.
Okay.
So
fantastic.
It was not like I was being taught these things because
in
I was
preparation
a girl.
for your husband's house.
My husband.
Does it apply to you? Your facial expression. Does the same thing apply to you?
It does. The slogan my mother used for me while growing up is, "That's what you want to do for your husband's house." I was not even a full-blown thing. You get being the only girl, being the first child.
Oh, okay. Your cases.
Let me just say it in plain language. Ayera.
Oh,
That's the truth. I had it tough with my mom because my mom is one who, she's a very fierce person. She is, my mom is a loving person, quite alright. Okay. Yeah, I could tell her anything and everything, even till now. My dad is a sweetheart. I can't dispute that fact. But when it comes to that area of training, I don't know my parents are. Because from just one, I started taking care of my younger brothers. I had 3 of them, and you know how boys can be. You just know how boys can be.
I have boys.
You have 4 boys.
Yes.
So when I was in just one, it was my primary responsibility. If I come back from school, I'll wash their uniforms. I'll wash their socks. I was going to iron everything. I wake up in the morning. I'll prepare their lunch box, ensure the assignments were done. We go to school together. So I meet everybody in their class. I was about 10.
10. Then
10.
Then your younger brother was how old?
7, no, 8.
Okay.
7, then 3.
Okay.
Wow.
That's how the last one came. So everything was on me literally. And when I got to JS, in fact, the higher I went in class, the higher my responsibilities became.
Wow.
I started washing. It got to a point one day I took a basket downstairs to wash our clothes because where we were upstairs. And the man asked me, he said, "Now this woman born you?" And I said, "Yes." He just shook his head and smiled. Do you understand? Because my mom did not give me any space to be lazy. That's why most of my friends come back and say, "You do the work, but you will not understand because
we are not trying to normalize laziness.
Yes,
but I think sometimes the workload on a certain age is a lot.
I'm coming somewhere.
Okay.
Okay.
If my mom goes to the market and she comes back and there was no food in the house, that's the issue already. Like whether the food was sweet, was not sweet, shall make something.
And you were just 10.
Make something. When I was getting to, I was not in SS 3 thereabouts, so about 14. Make something. You must cook. There must be something in the house. So all the responsibilities. You know, it made me a stronger person. I would not like. Do you understand? But at some point, I used to wonder like, but this woman hates me. But she hates me. Do you understand? But growing up, it was just her own way. Do you understand? When you just said, I'm training you for. It got to a point. My mom would even refuse having my dad food.
Why?
We tell you to serve so that you know how to.
So you learn.
Yes. To be me who will serve. And I used to wonder, like, this is not your husband, but she didn't care. She still does not care. I want is that I've trained you, so anywhere you go, you can,
my dad
you can stand out and feed your and be yourself. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So my parents are loving people to a fault. Like if I still go home for work and stuff like that, you know, the way my dad treats me and the way he ensures that I'm okay, that I'm fine, you get all these small things. So it got to a point now, my brothers, they want after me. Yeah, 2 after me, they don't know how to cook.
No.
Terrible. The one after the third one can make spaghetti. That is limit. But you see the last one, he has the flair for cooking. Yuleman makes delicious meals, soup, stew, everything. Chicken, maybe because he now stays with my mom as the last born and everything. But now I don't know how they did it though. When I left the house, my brother started doing chores.
Okay.
It was now on them. Started doing
So
chores.
they have to learn how to do it by force.
Yes, not by force. Even so, my mother she would she would tell you how to clean. No, I don't know. But probably because I was there. That's why they didn't allow them to do anything. Do you understand? But when I got into university, it was no longer me washing.
Anyway.
It's no longer me washing. It's no longer me doing things.
Of course they have to take responsibility. Who would cook for them?
They
will be hungry. Okay, so let's talk about growing up right now. Now you're grown. You are married. So are you still using all of those traditional skills you learned growing up? Or you're of the opinion that if you can, get a washing machine, get a housekeeper, get a driver, you should get it? Because I've had conversations with women who would say, look, I would never want to have a housekeeper in my house. I want to do things myself because I love doing things myself. I don't want to have a driver because I don't want them to kidnap my kids. My husband likes his food fresh, so I don't stock the fridge, so I have to cook like every other day. So yeah, a lot of I've seen a lot of people in that. There are some people who would say if you make pounded yam with a pounding machine, it's no longer pounded yam.
But it's not sweet. Say no go draw.
So they will tell you have to pound it yourself. And I have pounded yam a couple of times.
Okay.
It wasn't funny. My body tells me. So, when you're done pounding, you will not even enjoy the meal. But some situations you see the man say, "Hey, look, no pounding machine in this house." I saw my mom wash with her hands.
Like that.
I saw my mom wash with her hands. Why do you want a washing machine?
Are you a full-time housewife?
And you see a lot of women exhausted at the end of the day. What do you think? Do you think this is something that the girl child should start learning from her family space, talking about her mom and her dad? Maybe the parents should be able to tell them, hey, look, you really do not have to do these things yourself. If you can outsource, do so. Or you think it shows that you're a strong African woman to do things yourself?
Faith, the truth is, myself and a friend talked about this. I was like last week when you're talking about her late dad and the memories of him and stuff like that, how he made her to actually grind pepper with stone instead of taking it to the
that
machine.
Pepper with stone tastes different.
What's the difference? That's what they say.
So you see, that's what they say, yeah. But
when you have blender,
I mean, like now we want to make food for 20 persons. Do I use the stone? So I think most women have normalized the attitude of suffering to be what makes them stand out as being a strong woman. Do you understand? I remember I went to my mother's in-laws area. I went to buy snail, and I told the woman there, I said, "What I know for me, I look at my mother and I said, that's too much stress for me. Remove it, madam, I'm 100 naira. Now she now go home.
Yes.
And start hitting stay one by one. I don't even know how to do the thing they do and bring it up. Just do it for me and I give you 100 naira and I'm done. So I don't think women should normalize suffering. If you can get a driver, do so.
Yeah.
If you can get a maid, do so. Personally for me, I don't like the idea of a maid coming to stay.
Okay.
Just do
do
your thing
job
and go.
leave.
Do you understand? Maybe it come 3 times in a week or 4 times in a week, as the case may be. But do your thing and go. Even my mom that trained me so hard, because now she's alone, she can't do everything.
Right.
She has someone who comes, who cleans, and leaves.
Yeah, talking about maid, like when my kids were growing up, when I had my 3rd child, because I was working and it was too much for me. So I said, okay, I told my mom, I said, get me somebody that will come and help me, as in to relieve me, you know, and she got me somebody and it was not funny. I don't want to talk about my experience right now. I don't know if I've said it before. And my husband said, don't worry, we'll manage. I will assist you with the chores. And before I get back to my 3rd child, I personally bought a washing machine for myself because it was too much for me. So you can't kill yourself. You can't do everything. You know, we need to unwind. You need to relax. You need to give yourself a break. If you can afford these things, we have blender. And I don't want to imagine, like this time and age,
people see you so
yes, okay. I know somebody I like. I don't want to say because we haven't got a blender for smoothie. Separately and a blender, you know, like that. You just try to make your life comfortable because you know those days times have really changed. Like our mothers, then they don't go to work. They had the full responsibility of taking care of the home of the children. But now we go to work. And talking about that, I think our husbands are not reciprocating because we support them financially, you know. Women are involved in economic workforce,
they will never agree
public life. So I feel the men should reciprocate too by helping in domestic chores.
But even now that I'm yet to have kids, even now, my husband knows there's some things that I will not do. Do you understand? He helps out. When I travel for the weekend for work or something.
It actually depends on individuals.
He knows that the washing is for him, mopping up the house and stuff like that. But some men don't and will never, ever. And yet you expect your wife to take care of the kids, bathe them, pick them up from school,
and it's
make
crazy.
food,
this too much. Being a daughter, being a mother, being a wife, and
it's a lot. And you forget that you have your own life to live.
Yes,
you know,
it's too much for the women.
A lot of women would come into this world, live their life as single women. The moment they start having children, they're like, my life is for my children. When these children grow up and leave.
Mama, they don't remember you later, man.
When they grow up and leave, these women will be at home alone. I'm using my mother as a case study.
Yes.
There was a period she was on transfer to Abuja. And she told her boss she wants to come back to Calabar because of her children. And I was like, your youngest child is about 18, oh. Are you using this as an excuse or you really want to take care of your children? She said she wants to take care of her children. Okay. The sad thing is, 2 years after, everybody left the house. Now, she did not spend time, she did not create time for her own thing. At the end of the day, what does she spend her time doing? She will call us from morning till night. Because all she did all her life was take care of her children, and now these children are adults and they've left the house and there's nothing she's doing with her time anymore.
And funny enough, you all are occupied with work. You might not even remember to call her in a day sometimes.
If I don't pick her call, it's trouble. 27 missed calls. But I still remember when cooking was exasperating because my mom will buy everything from scratch.
Sometimes she will buy the ugu. She will buy the ugu. Why do you not cut it in the market?
No, I don't cut to go there. No, because when you wash it, it's green, all the vitamins. Like most of them
she's going to the local market. Like she's not going to the regular market where they have plucked the banga off from.
It's better now you get fresh things from the local market because I do that sometimes.
If I'm getting fresh things from the local market, I'm paying 100 naira for them to bring it out.
Okay,
she's
do that. Yes. Oh.
She's coming with the full bunch. We have periwinkle a lot where I come from. She's coming with the one that they just harvested from the mud.
And you have to bring it out yourself.
If she's buying snails, everything is from the mud. As in, I'm like, what are you trying to do, this woman? And she's like, work don't come. Work don't come how? I don't get it. I'm going to 500 naira. I'm not saying
just the mentality.
She dislikes my immediate elder sister's attitude towards food because she's like, if left for you alone, you will light the gas in the market and prepare the soup. Because that one, she will remove the snail in the market.
Yes. So
she will cut the vegetable in the market.
No, I don't cut vegetables
Everything will
anyway.
be done in the market. When she's coming home, she's just rinsing and boxing. And my mom is like, this is not the process. The beauty of cooking is in the process. I'm like, Mom,
for me,
how would I spend 5 hours preparing a meal that I'll eat under 5 minutes? And at the end of the day, I'll be exhausted. Like, look, growing up, we used to go to the street, we used to go to the farm. I'm like, can we get done with this conversation already? Times have changed.
Yes.
But you still see people, you still see women who assume that a good daughter-in-law to be is the one that comes home, maybe comes to spend the weekend with the family and wakes up in the morning to do chores. If she's not sweeping, she's mopping. If she's not mopping, she's doing dishes, she's asking for laundry. But I think this person is a guest. I think women too, we should be relaxing and be allowing people to relax. Yes. This person is a guest. The best you can do for the first visitation, I think, is have a conversation with this person. You know, the person is a guest.
Don't expect her to cook and clean.
Treat this person
apart from being a guest.
Why do you feel? That's why a lot of women pretend. Why do you feel the need for this girl to sweep before you think she's a great person? So what do you think about it? Do you think grown women, our mothers, actually have a role to play in this whole sufferhead thing that
it's not actually sufferhead thing. I think if you go to your in-laws house, apart from going to your in-laws house, it's just the way I am. Like my kids now, when they eat, I say wash your plate after eating. You have to wash your plate. I brought them up that way, and I'm like that. I go to my sister's house after eating. I take the plates to the kitchen. I wash it myself. You know, I go to my in-laws house, even my friend's house. I go to my in-laws house. I sleep when I wake up in the morning. Your in-laws house
as a married person?
Yes.
I'm speaking of as a single girl.
Being a single lady.
You know, being a single lady. Okay, it depends on individuals, but I don't think people should see it that way. Like when I go there, if I see my mother-in-law cooking, I join her.
You're already familiar with her.
Yes.
This is first day. Like
okay,
someone is coming
you're just coming and you need to just be there and just watch out. You don't have to get yourself involved with things. So
personally, I just feel
they shouldn't judge people that way. You have to give people time.
Yeah,
visitor. That's different.
Do you understand?
She come. She no fit sweep. She no fit clean. She no fit mop. Even my clothes, she no wash. No.
Now why be that one? Now I have a friend that when her boyfriend at the time
we'll be wrapping up with what Faith wants to say now.
He's coming to Nigeria. His mother would call her and say, hey, your husband, they come. They have not paid small thing for her head.
You don't do small thing,
No small thing. Your husband, they come arrange house. Now this girl, Soji girl with her nails like Uzezi's own like this.
Okay, now.
She will go to the house. She will clean. The room will be dusty, of course, because it's been over a year. She would sweep. She would clean. She would wash this woman's clothes. Now, the reason why this woman, it was coming from a bad place, because there's someone that used to do this thing for this woman. And I keep saying, why won't you let this person that is doing this thing for you do it for you? Why do you want this girl to come and stress herself because her so-called husband-to-be is coming? Do you understand?
Sorry to interrupt people. Let's quickly take a message from our Facebook page. This is coming from Grace Obankina. Hi Grace, she's saying good morning. More awareness on topics like this for our men is needed in the rural society setting to educate them during growing stage of our children. She also said streets, marketplaces, awareness needs to be intensified.
Definitely. A woman's job is not to come to this world and be stressed out. We need to relax and be taken care of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what we can take now. It's really exciting. It's a really interesting topic. Thank you so much, Grace. Yes, as mothers, we need to raise up our boys too, not just girls, and let them know that they can do chores. Thank you so much for joining us on the Breakfast Show today. We have a lot of comments. You can still go to our Facebook account and comment, even on our Instagram or our YouTube account. Please do well to follow us on all our social media handles. Comment, like at TSL Nigeria TV. Until next time, stay safe.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.